listening skills. Good evening, everyone. My name is Moogie Songma. I'll be doing the welcome here tonight. What I'll do is I'll invite everyone's ancestors here to be with us. Because we've all got a part in what's happening. We've all got an opinion. We've all got a vote. So we need help from our ancestors. On behalf of my mother's people, the Ghana people, I welcome you all to the land of the Ghana. What I said in my language, I invited the ancestors from the four directions to come in and sit down in the land of the Ghana people. To take away any negative energy that comes to us. They'll be able to look after us. They'll stand with us. They'll sit with us. They'll go on, they'll follow you on this time. You'll know their presence, you'll feel the presence. But on something as important as this, we need help. We need our ancestors to help us work things out. The voice. It's going to be good for all of us. Thank you very much.
Check 2, 2. Can you hear me? Well, I think we've got some business to do tonight. culture, we recognise the ancestors, the land that we meet on today.
You good, buddy?
We pay our respects to our ancestors, and we recognise that the Adelaide Plains is on the land of the Kaurna people. And we pay our respects to the Kaurna people today, the place where Tandanya sits. And I'd like to thank Uncle Moogie for his wonderful smoking ceremony earlier, and also too for that wonderful warm welcome just a moment ago. Thank you to everybody here that's come far and wide here to join us today for a wonderful occasion. It's great to see so many people from all walks of life who are pitching in and who are putting their hand up to be part of this wonderful opportunity, this wonderful moment. My name is Philip Saunders. I'm the interim CEO here, or the CEO here at Tandanya, this wonderful institution that has been standing here for the last 30 years. And it has such a wonderful history. We are part of the grassroots. We belong to the people, we belong to the mob. I'm a Gunditjmara, Bunditj and Narunga man. I grew up in Berrin, Mount Gambier, and moved to Adelaide 30 years ago. I am honoured today to speak to you all on behalf of this wonderful organisation, on behalf of the board and on behalf of our members. I'm so grateful that we had this opportunity to host the launch of the Yes campaign and to be part of history. Because that's what we do well here in Tandanya. This is what we do well. I would like to thank and acknowledge Sister Gina Rings and the Junjunjara dancers who performed. Wonderful piece of work that was so eloquent. Jarraja Dance Theatre Collective was first formed in 2019. It brought together existing artists from across South Australia to form an Indigenous contemporary arts project. They work in collaboration through multidisciplinary arts. That piece of work was one of that collaboration. I thought it was fantastic. Electric Fields, wonderful band, wonderful musician. In the dance group, Kalina Sansbury, Ricky Wilson, and Melanie Coolmetry. But also Gina Rings is the artistic director, and I would just like to acknowledge them one more time. Before we get started, I would just like to go through some housekeeping. The toilets are in the hallway just at the back of the entrance where everybody walked in. And in the event of an evacuation, we have 3 exit areas, and there are marshals and fire wardens amongst us. An evacuation point is just down that end of the building where the cafeteria is or the coffee shop. And then there's a second evacuation point directly behind you all where you all walked in. And the third point is to my right, down behind that partition where the roller door is. And that will be operational in the event of an evacuation. So if something were to happen, in an orderly fashion, follow the directions and instructions of the fire wardens and then proceed to evacuate in an orderly fashion to the footpath, to the right, and then to the right again out to the grassed area in the far part of Peary Street and Pulteney Street. To get to this point tonight, I'm a little bit dry like everybody else, I'm going to keep very hydrated. I would like to thank our stakeholders, for without them we wouldn't have been able to get to this point. I would like to thank SA unions, who joined us a week ago or a few weeks ago. We were able to meet in the gallery there where we spoke and caught up with comrades. I would like to thank all the volunteers who pitched in to help us to get point. And I'd like to thank the men and women who have helped us over the years to get to this point today, from all across the country, who have made Adelaide home and who have also contributed to Tandanya over that period of time. I would especially like to thank my team. I would like to thank my General Manager, the General Manager of the organisation, Tandanya, who was with us tonight, who was part of the union movement and is a great contact for us all. I would like to thank our Executive Officer, Julia Timukas, and her husband, Stephen Spence, who are also with us tonight. The reason I'm raising that is because without them and our wonderful staff in the kitchen and our wonderful staff at the front of house, the workers as part of our team, we wouldn't have been able to get here today. We wouldn't have been able to do it by ourselves. And I'm really proud of our team to get us to this far for contributing. And I would just like to spare a thought and say a wonderful welcome to our guest curator, Michael Diorio, and Verl, Brother Verl, who put up and hung up the art around us, this wonderful institution, showing some of the works that we've collected in the last 30 years, part of our collection. Michael and Verl, and thanks for the heads up, Jared, thank you for getting us to this point, because I'll say this, that little sticker up there, just between those two wonderful pieces, which tells the story of the art by the artist, that was put on about 45 minutes before the front doors opened when this all started. So we were right up until the death knell. So thank you to everybody to get us to this point. The name of Tandanya is the word for the place of the red kangaroo. I've already said it sits on the land of the Ghana people. Tandanya is the spiritual home of the grassroots movement in South Australia. It was a place that was frequented by such wonderful bands. No Fixed Address, Youth Indie, Bangara have all performed here at one stage or another. And like Tandanya, belonging to the grassroots, this campaign, the Yes campaign, also belongs to the people. And you are the people which are part of this campaign. This campaign belongs to our mob, it belongs to you mob, to make it work. We can't do this on our own, we've got to be collaborators. So, in the spirit of our ancestors, in the spirit of our elders, and in the spirit of our mothers and fathers, our brothers and sisters, our aunts and our uncles, who went before us, whose shoulders we stand on tonight, the grassroots campaign for change, we want to see you to get out there, take action, persuade other people to get on board and vote yes for the Yes campaign and be part of this movement. Get out there, do it, talk about it, tell stories about it. In our hearts, be part of our movement, part of the struggle, and we invite you to be part of our movement, because we can't do this on our own. Tonight is a rallying point. It's a spiritual calling. Tonight it's your turn to be part of our movement, to campaign for an enshrined voice in the Constitution. This is a moment in history to be embraced by all Australians. Collectively, let's change the nation's birth certificate to make Australia a greater nation. So let's get on with business, all right? And I'd like to welcome our first speaker, Brother Dale Aegis, Commissioner Dale Aegis. Dale is a Ghana, Naranga, Najeri, Ngarrindjeri man. Dale was born in South Australia. South Australia's Commissioner for the First Nations Voice to Parliament. He is leading the statewide engagement to introduce the First Nation voice to South Australia's Parliament. And consultation the community has been broad and wide, and has informed the development of a voice to the South Australian Parliament for a possible launch later in 2023. Please give a warm rousing welcome to Brother Dale.
Thank you, Brother Phil. Good to be here. What a moment, eh? Again, just thank you, Uncle Moogie, for his welcome outside. Thank you, Uncle, and for your welcome here inside. So much wisdom, knowledge and excitement here, especially over the last 2 days. Like we just heard, it goes back to remembering those trailblazers, our leaders, those movements. A big thank you to them for their time, energy, efforts and contributions to our people. Our leaders of today, our current rising stars, remember you are gold. You are black gold. And to our allies, you are gold too. Can I ask who attended the regional dialogue? Can I ask who attended the Uluru Convention? Who attended something to do with us being recognised and getting a voice? It's a thank you to those who have some way been involved by bringing the Uluru State from the heart and being involved since. A big shout out to you all. As Phil has said, here we are, my home state, my home country, South Australia, launching this magnificent movement. It's a piece of history, changing things for the better for all Australians. So what's happening here in South Australia? So much if you haven't heard. After winning the election, the Labor government's first point of business was for the Premier to publicly support his commitment to the Uluru Statement from the heart. That's big. The second step, charge his Attorney General on requiring Ma with the duty to set up a voice in the South Australian Parliament. That's big. Third step, to appoint a Commissioner for the First Nations voice here in South Australia, and here I stand. It's been a busy 7 months since last July, and I've been asked to provide you with a quick update. Myself and my team have set up around this state to visit our communities and ask them firsthand, do you want a voice? Do you want to say decisions that affect our lives? Do you want to elect someone yourselves? Should the voice represent our men, women, elders and youth? Should a voice report directly to the Parliament? Should the voice connect to the Parliament and to other parts of government? And like you have just heard, there was an overwhelming, strong feedback on all points. Yes, 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 and yes. Since then, draft legislation has been tabled in the South Australian Parliament by our Attorney General, witnessed in a packed gallery and a balcony room by members of our very own community. So this week, I think the Attorney General is with us. I look at the Attorney General and I ask him, Attorney, did the bill pass through the upper house no longer than 4 hours ago? Is that a thumbs up? And that is a thumbs up. Let's do one better. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. South Australia is now set to consider this legislation in the lower house in the coming weeks. Watch this space. This could mean here in South Australian Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people living here can be elected to represent, to have a voice in an accountable and transparent way, to be consulted on decisions that affect their lives. And that's a good thing, right? For us all. I echo the advice from our awesome current day trailblazers. This is a long campaign. We're not going to wake up on the weekend and it's all going to be done. We're here for the long game. And after the last 2 days, I think we're ready and prepared. There will be challenges, there will be obstacles, there will be setbacks. All we need to do is our little bit. There'll be opportunities every day from now for all of us to meet, introduce and talk with someone, and you'll be awesome. And when you feel the need for a little break and take a little rest, like I have over the last 7 months, do it. We're in for the long haul. Self-care is very important. Remember, look after each other, find reasons to bring each other up. This is going to be a long haul and we're going to win it. In unity, we get to do this and it's done. As South Australia just demonstrated, it can be done. So I'll try to finish up with the theme of what happening in the last 2 days. When we say voice, you say yeah. When we say voice, you say yeah. When we say voice, you say yeah. It's time. History's calling.
Big thank you to Brother Dale, Commissioner Dale Ages. That was wonderful news, particularly about the South Australian Parliament and the bill being passed. So, I'm just going to gather my notes. So we've got some really good music coming up in a moment. I would like to now introduce the highly celebrated Emma Donovan. Wow, yes, that's the way. Emma Donovan. Sister Emma. An ARIA-nominated award-winning Indigenous singer and songwriter, Emma has been touring the country and the world for over 20 years, performing soulful songs and sharing powerful stories with audiences around the globe. Accompanying Emma is Tom Martin, who is a contemporary guitarist and educator who tours internationally but is based in Melbourne. Big brother Tom there. Tom is a member of Emma Donovan and the Putbacks. He also plays with the Bombay Royale and the Meltdown. Emma first appeared on stage with her renowned family band, the Donovans, performing church songs renditions with her mother, Agnes, her 5 uncles and maternal grandparents, Miko and Aileen. Emma is best known for her work with the greatly admired Melbourne rhythm, the Putbacks. You ready? Okay, I've got lots of pages here to say, but over to you, my sister and Tom. Give her a big welcome and Tom.
I just get really emotional and pretty teary really when I hear my grandmother's names and my grandfather's name. Yeah, we lost Ned and Pop at a really young age. But my first gigs that I had in community and around my mob and my family happened because of my Nana Pop. They knew me as Little Emma. Everybody knew me around Lapa and Redfern and Western Sydney and Nambucca and Northern New South Wales as Little Emma, because there was already that platform there for me. And it come from our old people. Come from my Nana Pop. And this is a really old song that I want to share with you that I heard my great-great-great-grandmother sing. We
Here again. fantastic sister girl, Emma Donovan and Tom Martin. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's beautiful. And I hope that people all around are watching. I think this event is being live streamed tonight. Well, I'll tell you something. The next person I'm going to introduce, all ideas and requires many people to be involved. The next person is Dean Perkins. He is the campaign director of the Yes campaign. Dean had been closely involved in the process that resulted in the historic Uluru Statement from the Heart. Dean continues to advocate for constitutional and structural reform as director of From the Heart. Formerly an investment analyst at an investment firm, Tara Capital, Dean also has extensive experience in advocating in the grassroots for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. Dean is from Wandawunga country of the Mirrabah North, Stradbroke Island in Queensland. Without further ado, please welcome Brother Dean Perkins to the stage. Thank you, Dean.
Thank you, Brother Phil, for the very warm introduction. Obviously, firstly, I'd like to pay my respects, Uncle Moogie. Thank you very much again for welcoming us several times to your country. We obviously pay our respects to your peoples, your old people, your young people. You've just made this such a welcoming place for us and a welcoming time. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. I'd just like to make a few thank yous. Firstly, I'd like to thank the Accord Group for the team's accommodation, Arts Project Australia for supporting Emma and Tom for that absolutely magnificent performance that we just heard just there. But most of all, I'd like to thank Phil and Tanya and the team here at Tandanya. They've done an absolute power of work to help prepare this every step of the way. You have made us feel like this is our home. This is the place where we can kick this off. And we couldn't have done it in a better place. So thank you very much for the team. And obviously, I want to, from the very bottom of my heart, thank our team, our very small team. We're finding out now the work that you have done to pull this together. I know the sacrifices we are all making, the time we're spending away from our families for this cause, for this movement, for each other. Thank you very much for what you've been able to pull together today as a starting point. So, we've been waiting for this a long time. 65,000 years as a start, continuous connection. 235 years of the modern Australian nation. 122 years of silence in the Australian Constitution. 56 years since our forebears did it in 1967. Yeah. 6 years since the Uluru Statement from the Heart. Yeah. We've been waiting for this. In about 10 months' time, every single one of you and millions of Australians like you are going to step into a polling booth on referendum day, and they're going to be asked a simple yes/no question. Should we recognise Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples as the first peoples of this country? And should we do that through a voice? Yeah. Yes! Let's think about what this will mean. Firstly, let's start with this recognition piece. Obviously, it is a very simple thing. It is a modest thing, and yet a very profound thing for our nation to say, of course, the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples are the first peoples of this country. And also, what that means for every Australian today. It means you get to connect your sense of what it means to be Australian to the oldest continuous culture on earth. You get to ground your sense of what it means to be Australian to the roots of 65,000 years of history. When we answer in the affirmative on that particular part of the question, we will be saying this is what it genuinely, uniquely means to be Australian and Australian in the world. No other country can lay claim to being home to the oldest continuous culture on earth, and when we vote yes, every Australian can connect their story to that story. But wait, there's more. Not only do we get to make that simple and yet profound statement of recognition, we get to do something practical as well. We get to give Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples a real voice over the issues that affect our families and our communities. It's not rocket science. We know that when we give our people a say over the issues that affect our families and communities, we get better outcomes. It is as simple as that. So when we vote yes, we get the recognition and we get the voice. This is a very good deal for the country. So today, we're all part of something that is truly significant. This is monumental and very, very important. Remember this. Today is the day that we bring this campaign back home. This is the day we bring it back from the bubble, the speculators, the commentators, and we bring it back to where this campaign lives back in our communities. We are so excited to be doing that here today because we know that this is not a politician's movement, this is a people's movement. So what are we doing? We're kicking off a process that is going to result in millions of conversations between now and the referendum. We're bringing the campaign home because that is how we are going to win. And in 10 months' time, when the Australian people walk into that booth, we know what they're going to say. Sorry, a little bit caught up with that last bit, but I nearly walked off the stage on a note, but I do have to actually make a little bit of an announcement. We've had a very good bit of news today that will be hitting the airways very soon. It's my great pride and pleasure to announce that the Paul Ramsey Foundation has very generously seeded this campaign with a $5 million donation. That gets us kicked off. Bang, there you go. Excellent news, brother. Wonderful news.
So, moving on from that, thank you so much, Dean. Thank you so much for your words and your encouragement and that great announcement. Again, a round of applause. Thank you so much to our campaign director for the Yes campaign, Dean Perkins. So I've got my running sheet, right, and I'm in the green room with one of our sister girl musicians, Shelley Morris, who will be coming out shortly. Yes, storied, excellent musician, well known. And she said to me, I was going through, I'm just getting all the letters, getting to know her and talking, and she says, no fancy shit, Phil, just deadly shit. So, Dr. Shelley Morris is a multi-award-winning singer-songwriter and singing in around 17 Australian Aboriginal languages. While she has been in the spotlight for over many, many years, by and large she works on the ground, empowering and gently moving through and creating change. A wonderful person, I spoke to her, a warm personality, and I would just like to say Shelley is the 2014 Australian of the Year, the 2014 NAIDOC National Artist of the Year, a multi-deadly award winner and a driving force of the acclaimed album Nambala. Shelley, you have to help me pronounce the next word, sister girl, because she was giving me language lessons. Shelley was awarded an honorary Doctorate of Music from Sydney University for her unique works. Shelley, it's wonderful to have you here tonight in Adelaide. It's wonderful to have you on Garnet Country, and it's been wonderful spending some time talking about work and music and everything. Please give Shelley a wonderful, rousing applause.
You know, you got that $5 million. I was going to ask for a little bit low. I'll pay it back. That's what all my family says to me. I never get it back. I'm deeply honoured to be here tonight and deeply stoked. And yes, I'm dressed up from this morning. Some of you can't even recognise me. I put lippy on. Girls, you know where I'm at. But I'm singing with one of my dearest sisters in the whole world. Emma and I toured the world together for 10 years. So please make welcome Emma Donovan and Tom. Yo. We're going to sing a song in Gumach, which is from Galariko, Algo Island. It's a song that was made famous by Christina New, but it's from Rugby Band. Yeah. Now this is the story of George Radawana, and the family, of course, have given me permission to sing this. And so thank you. And yes, I'll get that loan later. Bye.
Wow, that was amazing. Thank you so much. Another round of applause for such a moving, wonderful. That was a classic song. That was amazing. This is fantastic. This has been a great time. It's been hot, we know that, but you know what? We are here now and it's just magic is happening. I just said to our next guest speaker that it's all mine. I'm so humbled to welcome our next guest speaker because her body of work just speaks for itself. Our next guest to speak is Rachel Perkins. Rachel is an Aranda Kalkadoon woman. We know her body of work, a multi-award winning filmmaker, a signatory to the Uluru Statement from the Heart with Uncle Danny Gilbert, co-chair of Australians for Indigenous Constitutional Recognition. Please welcome the very, very wonderful Rachel Perkins.
Thank you, brothers. Uncle Moogie, 2 days ago, when we gathered here, welcomed us and he summoned the ancestors into the room.
And you can feel them then, and you can feel our people now in this space. Being in this space here on Kaurna country is very significant. 64 years ago, this month, 18th of February, 3 Aboriginal men and their allies, a group of non-Aboriginal people, came to this town and met, and they formed the Federal Council for Aboriginal Advancement. It went on to become FCATSI. It was a national movement. We are standing on their shoulders, the shoulders of giants. We remember them tonight and acknowledge their work. Those people built a unity in this country, and we learn from history. We learn what they did, and what they did is they brought people from all walks of life, church groups, unions, teachers, students, elders, young people, business people, philanthropists, corporates. They brought everyone into the tent. And that's exactly what we are going to do, and it's exactly what you see in this room tonight. We gathered here united under one cause, and that's what we're going to do. And that's why the Uluru Statement was written not to politicians. It was written to the Australian people, because only us, the Australian people, can change the Constitution. That's our document to change. They showed us how to do it, and now we're going to do it. And we're going to do it standing on their shoulders. But we're not doing this, this is not a recent thing. 30 years ago, the reconciliation movement kicked off, and we are riding the wave of all that work. Karen Mundine, CEO, is in the room. Shout out to you. Tom Calmer, over there, also the chair. We're also riding 5 years of the Recognise campaign. Hard work. They went out right around the country and built support. Tanya Hosh is in the room tonight. Was one of the directors. We're also building on the shoulders of Congress. Kirsty Parker, upstairs right there taking photos. CEO, she helped build that organisation. So we're coming from a position of strength. All that learning, all that work. And here tonight, we are taking the Australian people on a walk with us. That is what the Uluru Statement says, walk with us. And we are going to take the people with us on that walk, because we have a dream. Our dream is to unify this country, bring the Australian people together with the first people of Australia in unity. And to achieve that dream, we need one thing. One simple thing. You know what it is? We need the Australian people to say one simple word. What is that word? Yes! What is that word? Yes! What is that word? Yes! So let's do it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rachel, for your words. Thank you so much for your contribution. That's okay, Rick. So we get to the business end of the evening. There's just a couple of quick announcements that I've been asked to raise. Leanne and the team from The Voice have paraphernalia and signs and call flutes outside on your way out. So when you leave, please take what you can and lots of signs and things and stickers and badges. Please take those with you. We have Tandanya has printing shows this week. Please book and go and spend some things in our shop at the front. We take cash, and cards if necessary. We have to be out of the premises by 7:15 from this area here. So in closing, Dean, to you and the team, I want to mention Rick Randall. Rick, thank you for your help. I would like to thank Cara Keys, Cara, please come out. And I want to thank Kenny Bedford. They are the people that we have dealt with to bring this show to Tandanya, and from my heart, I'm so grateful on behalf of our community here in the team. Thank you so much, because it's a big tick in the box for our organisation. So in closing, as what's already been said, you guys have skin in the game as much as we have. We can't do this on our own. So go out there and do your thing. You've got the messages, and go out there, be strong, be staunch, and go forward. Thank you so much. That's it. Okay, I think there's one more. I think Rick has just said Emma Donovan will be saying or singing a few songs in closing, one song. So he's put me on the spot and he said I need to talk for a minute. But I will say this, it's so lovely to have you here with us, Emma. Tonight has been a wonderful night, it's been a wonderful few days. And I've got to say I'm really proud to have so many allies in the room with us. And it's so wonderful to have people from all walks of life who are getting involved in the movement. We are very, very excited. So over to you, my sister.
I want to finish up by just acknowledging everybody here today, wishing everybody all the best for these next few months, and I'm so honoured to be a part of tonight. I want to leave with a beautiful message from a woman that I looked up to in the music industry growing up. Besides my family, the Donovan family, she was another Wurundjeri woman herself. And my respect to anybody that's related here to Annie Ruby Hunter. And she was a big voice for me as an Aboriginal woman, singing, her songs. And she had a big story to tell, whether it was a hard story, a dark story, a positive story. She had the guts and she told it. And she made younger artists like myself give ourselves permission, I guess, to tell the stories that we want to tell. And so I'm going to share this song called Yarian Michi. My love to all Ngarrindjeri people, mostly Annie Ruby, and to all Aboriginal women that are here today. When Annie Ruby was taken from the river Coorong, she was born and birthed there from her mother. When she returned, she was so happy to write this song in her language, and she shared that with me. And as a Gumbaynggirr Ngammadji woman that didn't grow up speaking Ngarrindjeri, I was just so honoured to learn this song. Absolute honour.
Yeah.